the pleasure, nay, the experience of eating lunch with me. Late lunch, basically, lunch, dinner, whatever. I am really busy today, and so I haven't really had lunch of any kind, and I've got some leftover macaroni and cheese, so I'm going to dig into that. But I need to go get myself a utensil, and then I'll get into the subject of this live, and probably wait a few minutes until at least one of my crew shows up. So I'll be right back. Oh, the timer went off. The food's ready. All right. It's nothing special, y'all. I don't want you to get all worked up. Shalom, brother. And there's trying and doing. Shalom, sister. And there's Tim Pack. Shalom, how are you doing? Yeah, so I'm having my lunch. You're actually kind of eating with me. And I apologize for my awful, what do you call it? Manners, in case you're offended. Here, there's Old Trapper. Thank you for supporting the channel, Old Trapper. Hello, Aledwin Mare. One good thing about this leftover spaghetti and cheese is I put some of my little bitty turnip leaves on it. I went up and picked some out of my garden today. There's Nubichan again. Hey, and Sean Gunther. Shalom. How are you doing? Good to see you on the live. So it's not going to be a long. It's not going to be a long live stream. It's just going to be me explaining this Instagram mystery to you all. And so, are you guys ready to hear the story? Just give me a thumbs up or a yes. And how many of you, I guess I should do it this way. Are any of you on Instagram also? Hey, Chris Bulldog. I know some of you are. Yep. Have a rare day off from work. Happy to catch you live again. And there's Christopher Preston. Shalom. I do not remember seeing you in a live before. Christopher, thank you for being a channel supporter. No problem, Insta. No. Okay. One reason I'm on there is because Refuge Medical has a presence on there and some of the other believers in the area. I'm going to have to decline that phone call because I'm in the middle of a live. So this weekend, I was commenting, replying to different reels and stories and stuff. And there was one, and it's a channel or a person, and their hashtag was White Panther Party. And it was a young man, and he was railing against President Trump, which, you know, is everybody's right. But he was saying that under President Trump's leadership, there would be a genocide. So, or a Holocaust. It was kind of, you know, that gist. And in what he was saying, he had said, like, why is everybody so upset? And why does everybody talk about Jews when you talk about the Holocaust and some other things? And so I put a comment on there like, there is no way that Trump is going to do a Holocaust. And you got to know that the word Holocaust is really directly talking about World War II and the prisoner of war extermination camps and the Nazis and everything. That is really where that comes from. And this young man mentioned an institute called the Lemkin Institute, which was started by a Jewish lawyer about genocide and, you know, extermination of Jews. So it was all tied together, but the way he was talking, he made it sound like he was denying that a bunch of Jews had been killed during the Holocaust. And so I made a comment about, like, look, Trump's son-in-law is Jewish. He's a conservative Jew. His daughter married this guy, Jared, I forget his last name, and she converted. As a matter of fact, under his family when he was president last time, they had the first Shabbat service in the White House. And it's because of them. And then Trump did the Abrahamic Accords, and his son-in-law Jared was part of negotiating that. And so there's anyone making a claim that he is, let's see, there we go. Anyone who is making a claim, that Trump is going to do a Holocaust just doesn't understand basic facts about that family and how he is a friend to Israel. That's why he is a friend to Israel, because his family is of that faith. It's just plain fact. You can look it up if you want. And so then I got a video response from that young man. Hang on, you guys. Is there no other moderator in here? Because I feel like I have moderator powers, but let's see. There we go. There we go. Yeah. There we go. If any other moderators are in here, feel free to, flex your wrenches. And hang on a second, I gotta wipe my nose. So this young man, after I commented that, you just have to know basic facts and know Trump is not going to, he's not a Nazi, he's not going to do a Holocaust, he's not going to do a genocide of Jews in America. I did just a real response to his video, because he responded to me in a video and he was really nasty. He called me dumb and stupid and a bunch of other things. And I thought, okay, I cut a little portion out of his video where he said, and why do people talk about the Jews and the Holocaust? That's not the only genocide that ever happened. Like, were that many Jews killed? Something to that effect. And so I just did a remix, as you're allowed to on Instagram, of that little phrase that he had said about, why does everybody talk about the Jews and the Holocaust kind of stuff? And then my reel was titled something about him being a Holocaust denier. And I posted it. And the last time I checked on it, it had like 78 views. All right, I'm going to take a bite and chew a little bit here, you guys. I'm sorry, but I'm hungry. Okay. Oh, Leanne. I hope you're doing okay. So anyway, I got up this morning. I thought, well, I'll check it, and I put some hashtags on it about Holocaust denier and anti-Semitic, because it was the way he phrased it all. It's gone. It's completely gone. Now, I had done it as a draft, and so when you do a draft here on Instagram, it's saved in a separate folder. It was gone from my draft folder. It was gone from my page. There was no trace of that reel that I made. And I also hashtagged it with that guy's title, White now, what did I say it was? White Panther Party? White Panther Party. Like Black Panther Party, White Panther Party. And I titled it like, this Trump-hating liberal is a Holocaust denier, which I know is kind of a flamboyant title. But he was really nasty in his video response to me, so I was like, I'm just going to be truthful about this. And then here, my video was gone. And so I expected to have like the email that you get, like the one time on YouTube when they gave me a strike for the yearly predictions. They sent me an email and explained it all and links and all sorts of stuff. Nothing on Instagram. It's zero. It's gone. Thank you, Warthog Survival. So what do you guys think happened there? Like, do any of you know anything about Instagram? Because I'm not that concerned about it. It just kind of surprised me, because there's a huge movement. Like, there are huge billboards around capitals of states in our country right now that talk about anti-Semitism being wrong, and we're supposed to stick up for Israel and the Jews, and tons of reels that say that thing about, well, at first they came for the whatever, the union workers, and I didn't say anything, and then they came for the ditch diggers, and I didn't say anything, and then eventually they come for you, and there's no one left to speak up for you. I mean, this is all over the internet. So why would somebody pull a video in support of the Jews and confirming the Holocaust happened and that a bunch of people were exterminated, and sassing a young man who doesn't know anything and was trying to deny the Holocaust happened? Why would that video get pulled? Does anyone have a clue? Not all in social media are on the up and up, says Crapper. I agree about not trusting. Let's see. It's not that our liberal friends are ignorant. It's just that they know so much that isn't so. Ronald Reagan. Not much worries me about Trump, although I disagree with AI and Elon Neuralink. Well, me too. I'm so sorry this is happening to you. No, I did not. Trying and doing. It's automatic filtering. Say Jewish in a video 10 times and it basically gets removed. See, that seems very strange to me, Victory Garden. Why would a pro-Jewish video need to be deleted? You know what I'm saying? So I guess there was probably an AI robot somewhere and just went, bloop, because I didn't say that word 10 times in my response. But I think that guy's video probably had it a lot. Sorry. It's pretty good. Well, there you go. You guys have solved the mystery for me. I guess I could try to do a pro video without saying triggering words. I did have a comment that people got so nasty. And one person just said, like, I'm a Jew, and so I'm not expected to do the thing, kind of defensive. And I'm like, no, you took that all wrong. Like, I'm pro-Israel. Well, so let me go back to who came in here. Is it you, Scrappy Cat, who said they just got back from cancer therapy? Leanne 49. I had no idea you had cancer. What are you getting treated for? That's why the troll writing that word said trying and doing. Okay, that just seemed very, very odd. And I thought that person had been on some of my lives before. But yeah, I saw that. And it's like, I just think that's a bad idea. Why would pro-Jewish supporters want to delete pro videos? You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make sense to me. Sorry. Powerful Prep, she know it's all a political thing. We also send too much money to a lot of people, and we send too much money for a lot of causes that Americans don't really like. Your right lung? Oh my gosh, were you a smoker or anything? Like, is this something that is genetic for you? I'm so sorry about that. Mm. Sure. Yeah, and I'm not trying to turn it into a conversation where we're trying to justify what we think or feel or, our opinions or anything like that. Um, do any of you have any experiences with social media like this? Have you ever been censored or had replies deleted or any of that kind of thing? Did I like the movie Homestead? Okay, so that's a question that I answered on the live stream last night. It's the what's the title? Sunday Night Live. I go into it really, really in depth on that live stream, but I'm happy to just give you a like a shortened version. There were things about it I really liked, and in general, I like videos that at least address these topics, whether it's, based in reality or not, because it gets people thinking and it gets people possibly motivated to say, maybe I should prep more, maybe I should have some food set aside, or maybe I should pay attention to what happens in my area in case I have a disaster or some government thing happens. So that aspect of it, I did like. The thing that, and I won't say I didn't like it, it just kind of annoyed me, was there were things in the movie that, as a off-grid person and a prepper, I'm like, no, that's not how you do that, and no, that wouldn't work, and that's not realistic. And I think you should watch the replay of last night's live stream, but I'll just give you one example. They say in that movie that somewhere in there they're going to bake bread and they're going to put the ovens in their greenhouses. And so they mentioned a wood stove oven that I happen to have, and like a little detail that irritated me was like they didn't address how much wood you would need to chop to feed an oven. Excuse me, and they were talking about having multiple of them and how it was going to be a way to support their local community by making bread. And I thought, it's an interesting idea. It'll keep the greenhouses warm, but seriously, like the amount of wood you would have to have every day to keep the temperature up in a stove like that to bake bread all day long would be astronomical. So it was that kind of thing. But I like the books. We've got the books and we've read them. You get a lot more details. There's, a lot more character development in the books. And so we are enjoying reading the books. They're an easy read. They're a fast read. So that's the short answer. Stop fat shaming canning jars. Yeah, I can get behind that cause. I should have a t-shirt with that on that. I was on a canning channel. They got hit for saying fat. They warned to not fat. They were wiping the fat off the top of the lid of a jar. Oh my gosh, that is okay. I talk about Zionism critically a lot, and it gets removed sometimes unless it's in code, like as JS. Okay, well, and like how right now you're allowed to call, if you want to call someone a German from World War II on Instagram, you have to call them a Yahtzee. So I guess the AI is picking up the word that it is, 4 letters. Right. I agree, warthog survival. We have First Amendment rights. Thank you. Trying and doing. Stop fat shaming. That's how stupid it can be. So that is a problem with robots and mechanical things and electrical things that are, don't have a conscience, and you just program it to do a thing over and over again. There's a problem with that because when it misfires or goes bad, or like in the case with the farm PTO things, Like there's no safety to stop that, and so you got to be very, very aware of what you're doing. And people get their clothes in them, and there's no way to stop it. And there are a lot of farming accidents related to PTO power drives, and it's the same with AI. If we obviously, if you stuck the word fat in there, like you're not going to be able to talk about butchering. You're not going to be able to talk about like your hair. You know, you have that word hair. You know, stuff like that. Oh, and now my hair has done that. Sorry, it doesn't look very good. I think AI can be dangerous, and I also think AI can be very useful for repetitive tasks and computing and whatever. It's the people behind it that you got to keep your eye on to see what they're using it for. Mm, mm. Well, I'm gonna see Comrade Dog. I've never seen you on a live. I think I'd ask Victory Garden another question that might get deleted. How old are you? How do you know about Victory Gardens? I'm all for Victory Gardens. I'm all for gardens. I'm all for gardening. Yeah. Here, I can do this off camera. Not quite as gross. I can show you a jar that I recently used right here. That is maple syrup made from sap right here that I processed in a pot, stainless steel pot about that big, set it on my Pioneer Made and just let it cook. You know, not even that hot, but because the wood fire is dry, it makes the stuff boil down pretty quickly. And it's still got the residue in the bottom. I hate to do anything with it because it tastes so good. It's like a little dessert, but it's just a little thin film on there. But yeah, that's my plug for do it yourself. It's really good. Doesn't look like the stuff in the store because it doesn't have anything in it to make it ultra thick. All right, put that back. All right, let's. Oh, there's a lot of comments I missed. Whoa. You eat very well mannered. I've been using a thing called horizontal agents and AI to make vertical agents. Very interesting abilities to automate work. Oh. Mm-hmm. Leanne says it's a brain disruptor. I fixate on independence a lot, and the basis of that starts with food, so nobody can starve you into compliance. Mm-hmm. Right? And it's actually a good thing monetarily. And also, we have avoided several outbreaks of food poisoning because there are things we do ourselves, like our eggs and our lettuce and stuff like that. I think back to the movie 2001. Hal, let me in. I'm afraid I cannot do that. Yeah, it's a little terrifying. I really want that ball jar book. You should go on Amazon and order it. It shouldn't be too expensive because it's really not a big book. And yeah, you should get it. It's really good. Lost Sight's going to bring more syrup. I'll give you one if I see you there. Thank you. I mean, we could filter it, but I don't mind that it's got the little bit of sugar stuff on the bottom. And I can cook it down to make it a bit thicker, but I don't mind it being a little bit runny. That syrup has great color. It's actually a little bit dark. It should be a little bit lighter, but we're almost at the end of our season, so we're not going to get a whole lot more of the light stuff. Can you download the ball canning book for free? Used to. I don't know. That's a really good thing for powerful prep to look up. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. My daughter-in-law and son just tapped a walnut tree and the maple in their area, and they tried a sycamore, but no sap. I don't know. Do you do sycamore flashlight? Oh boy. Oh. Hmm. Powerful preps. I'm writing a book now, but it's a novel. Sorry, and it's got to be longer, and I'm doing it sporadically, so it's taking me a while to finish it. If you go, I've said crew chief on my channel. You can read excerpts of it that I post on the community page sometimes. And I'm hoping I finish it. Might take me a while because I'm awfully busy. But yeah. And thank you for buying our book. What do you think about Homestead Hints? Have you read it? Well, you have to join the channel, and crew chiefs are the higher level. I'm not saying you have to do it in any way, shape, or form, but that's how you get access to that. Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. I knew that, but I heard the sycamore tasted like not caramel, butterscotch. Well, good. Good. I want it to be, a easily accessible book for people who are going to do homesteading, and to hopefully save you some time and effort with the hints that I put out and instructions and stuff. So that was the goal of that book. It would make me happy if like every homesteader had a copy of it, so they could just read it like a resource, like the Reader's Digest Back to Basic book. It's a great resource for homesteaders. Okay. All right, everyone who's in here, please give me your name. I can see the people who are commenting, but there's not 35 different people commenting here. It's like 10 of you commenting, and the rest of you aren't, which is fine, but I'd love to know who you are. So can everybody just say, I'm so-and-so? Okay, there's Scott. Love it. Scott, are you the Scott who is related to Gardner 67? You don't have to say, no, I'm not saying you have to say your name. You do not have to reveal. I just meant like, if you're Numachan, say Numachan, or Sean, or I'm XZ, or I'm 1187. I just didn't, because you're not commenting. I don't know who you are, and you're in here, and I just want to thank you for being in here. Even if you're trolling, I'm okay with that. John, you had already said something, so I knew you were in there. It's good to see you. And I know I've said Warthog Survival Northern Virginia. I love your channel name before, because I do. Okay, you're a different Scott. Well, thanks for answering that too. Michelle, I know you're Michelle. Just type Michelle word. Dave from Colorado, Amradco. Yeah, Scotty John. Yeah, Scotty John's a homesteading kind of guy, right? Mm-hmm. Excuse me. You're on, excuse me, PJ's Patreon. Thank you for doing that. Excuse me. I'm in California, but in a red area. Must be north, right? North is the red area in California. Did you do your syrup yet, Scotty John, or is it not that time of year for you? There's a guy. Wow. You are way up northeast. North of Sacramento. Okay, so kind of east. Isn't Sacramento sort of east? And then, so like mid-state-ish? Just thinking about doing home stuff weekly prep for my commute into the DC swamp. Yeah, still frozen. John, he tells me how to pronounce it. It's not Rhea. It's like John Ray. He's in Ohio, and he told me they were just gearing up, and they have like an 140 trees are tapping. Like the scale of what he's doing is so much larger than what I do. I'll be lucky if I get even a total gallon this year. East of the capital. Okay. Listening in as I make cornbread and black-eyed peas, microgreens. I have seed packet right here for me to go plant spinach. And I also just got some more seeds, and I want to do mustard and chard. Well, it's a little early for chard, but I want to get some greens in. And I just laid some plastic down. Trying and doing. Yep. Shalom. I got 1.5 gallons last year. That's a lot of trees. It sure is. And there's Nancy C. And there's Oklahoma Storm Chaser. You're lurking. Well, you know you can lurk, brother. I just like to know that you're around. So shalom to you. Cornbread and black-eyed peas. Yes, indeedy. Thanks, moderator. All right, y'all. Now, I hate to do this. You know I do. But I have to wash dishes. And I'm going to have to get off the live stream. But in case you just got in, waiting on a chiropractor appointment, just in case you just said anything, Space Daisy. I had an Instagram post and it totally disappeared. And I had asked the question, and you can watch the replay, get the details. Why did it disappear? And someone already answered it, and I think that's the right answer. But if you want to give your opinion, you can do that. When this turns into a video, you can put your opinion down in the comments. All right, y'all, I got to get going. I want to finish eating. I don't have time. I got to put things away. I got to wash dishes. So thank you for showing up. Thank you for answering my question. Thank you for sharing things. We all need to pray for Leanne 49. And good to see you, Warthog Survival. And everyone else. Bless y'all. I will see you guys later. Shalom. Got the sign off issue. Come on, buddy. There you go.